How are we doing, everyone? Sam here, United People's TV, live quickly late on a Friday night because the news has come out that Andreas Pereira has left Manchester United to join Valencia on a season-long loan. The young Manchester United midfielder spent last season on loan at Granada in La Liga. Granada got relegated, but he had a fantastic season, came back to Man United. For me, played very well on a pre-season tour, put in a couple of good performances in a strange position, in the number 6 role, a defensive midfielder. Not many people expected to see him there. And not many people expected to see the young midfielder leave on loan. Everybody thought that he was going to be part of this squad this season and was going to feature for Man United regularly across the whole season. Hadn't featured in one of the matchday squads so far, and he's now been shipped out on loan. Let me know what you think about that. Should we have shipped out Pereira on loan, or should he be part of this Manchester United squad this season going forward? I suppose there's two ways to look at it. Jose Mourinho hasn't included him in any matchday squad this season. So that goes to show that Pereira is not in the first team plans for Jose Mourinho at the moment. But we didn't sign a winger in the transfer window. And last season, Pereira played on the wing for Granada. Played there very, very well. And he really grew as a player. He can play through the middle as a sort of central midfielder, as he showed in the pre-season tour, slightly to my surprise. He can play as a deeper line midfielder, but he also operates on the left. So he's a very versatile midfielder who can add a bit of depth to a part of the pitch where, as far as I'm concerned, Man United are thin in options. An injury to Matic or Herrera or Pogba, and we're going to be seeing Carrick and Fellaini play regularly in the centre of midfield or potentially out on the left. Now an injury to Martial, we're left with Marcus Rashford as the only option there, unless you include Ashley Young. Andreas Pereira was a genuine option that could have played there. And he certainly grew as a player last year at Granada, but not enough for Jose Mourinho to keep him in the squad this year. Let's read a few of your comments coming in straight away. Jose is stupid, the first comment there, and fuck Jose is the second comment. Very nice. Robert Vagona saying, plays with both feet. What we're doing, let him go in on loan. Anthony Martial, I'm not sure it's the anti-Martial, but someone comment there saying, why is he leaving for fuck's sake? Another year wasted when he is already twice the player Fellaini or Ashley Young is. We could really have done with him. He is more creative than Herrera. This is a stupid mistake, says Lenny Mitchell. Eamon McDermott says, I didn't realise we were so flush with quality players that we can afford to loan them out. And Christopher Major says, good player, deserved to stay. All the initial comments there, very surprised that we have let Pereira out on loan. I agree with you. Man United don't have an absolute wealth of options in that area of the pitch. Kind of surprised that Mourinho's let this deal go through, but he's clearly let this deal go through for the interest of the player ahead of the interest of the club. Pereira, he must have spoken to Pereira behind the scenes and said, look, Andreas, I'm not going to play you very much this season. Do you want to go out on loan to Valencia or wherever else? Clearly it was Valencia that came through and actually did sign him on loan. Is that the right decision for Pereira? I honestly don't know about this situation because we don't know what went on behind the scenes, but I like to think that Jose Mourinho spoke to Andreas Pereira, told him of his plans and how he was going to use him this season, and Pereira said to Jose, look, send me out on loan again. But I'm not sure let me know in the comments now, are there any players who have gone out from Manchester United on loan twice and then come back to be part of the first team squad? I thought going out after a full season long loan, came back, looked a much, much better, much more improved player to then be in part of the squad. But instead that's happened and he's gone to the pre-season tour. Again, I thought he impressed and then gone out on loan again. I'm not sure whether that's an indictment of how far down in his estimations he was in Jose Mourinho's eyes. But for me, it doesn't seem like a good sign. We're going to lose Pereira and Fosu Mensah for good. Fosu Mensah obviously at Crystal Palace. That is a very good loan spell for him in the Premier League. Fingers crossed he does well at Frank de Boer. And I did naysay Pereira's move to Granada last year and ended up being a fantastic loan move. But doing it for 2 full seasons back to back, I don't know whether that's a good idea. I don't know how much that's going to show him in Jose Mourinho's plans, because it was Mourinho who loaned him out the first season to Granada. Valencia will finish top 4 this season. Pereira and Soler will run havoc. Then Jose may understand the mistake. Valencia, if you didn't see them, got an excellent point against Real Madrid, 2-2. New management, new players. They look like a different team that's not going to struggle this year. But it's still Andreas Pereira now. 2 full seasons he's spending away from Manchester United on loan when all he probably wanted to do is break into that first team. This is not a good move for United, says Nazim Mahi. Fingers crossed it doesn't come back to bite us, and fingers crossed it goes to become an excellent loan spell for Andreas Pereira, who clearly is a youngster that has the talent. And for me, he's shown last season and in the pre-season that he's got the attitude as well. Because some youngsters can get really bogged down and upset by these loan moves and not getting much game time. But for me, Pereira knuckled down and improved and rounded himself as a fully fledged young player coming through. And he looked like he was ready to step up and be part of this first team squad. Jose Mourinho disagreed. How good can Pereira be? I think Pereira could have been good enough to be a squad member, to boost our options, and maybe that wasn't enough for Pereira at this point in his career. Maybe he felt he was good enough to be playing regular first team football. Maybe why Renato Sanchez moved to Swansea, the same sort of move. I would have much rather Andreas Pereira went somewhere like Swansea this year than someone like Valencia. But maybe because he did so well in the Liga last year, Jose Mourinho and Manchester United decided, let's send him to Valencia. I'm scared to see him, don't want to see him become another Januzaj. Fingers crossed he won't, mate. Pereira is a beast. He is already better than the Lingard, says David Ayers. Pereira's certainly got more to his game than Lingard. Lingard's good at what he does, but his game is far more limited than someone who's far more naturally talented in Andreas Pereira. Great deliveries on the ball, great crosses. Quick shout out from Mo Shah. There you go, Mo, you got your shout out. Andreas Pereira's left. I don't know what to make of it. You know, as James Senison's commenting right there, he has got a lot of potential. Someone there asking if Pereira's better than Mkhitaryan. Absolutely not. Not at this point in his career, but he's got the potential to grow into that player. But Jose Mourinho has clearly said to him, I'm not going to give you enough game time to satisfy what you want this season. You're best to get that by going out on loan. And I hope, and that's clearly good man management from Mourinho's perspective. But I would have liked to have seen Pereira stay. That's my own personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But by the initial reaction here, lots of Reds are disappointed to see Pereira leave on loan. He won't be here at United this season unless we call him back. I'm presuming we've got some sort of release, some sort of bring back clause. As you can see from that photo there, Pereira doesn't look particularly too happy himself. But thank you all for your comments as always. If you're new, go down and hit that subscribe button, people. Make sure you leave your comments when the video is not live anymore. Get in the discussion about Pereira. Should we have kept him? Is this a bad decision by the club? James Benison saying, still in Spain, should I go and see Pereira? Go and see Pereira, James, and send us some tweets and some pictures and videos on United People's TV, at United People's TV on YouTube, and we will run through your scout reports. But anyway, as I said, Pereira's left on loan. Subscribe if you're new. We'll see you soon.